Nothing like taking a coffee shit in the middle of a state park. Yeah, this is probably a dumb idea. Four-wheeling in my Prius. It doesn't look too rough yet. It's just a stone road. But I always get nervous, being that I don't have any spare tires with me. And there's no cell signal. So there's that. So I just gotta be very, very fucking careful. But there's supposedly some shit to see over here. And being that I am in the desert, hiking isn't the best idea for me right now. Alright. Well, as you can see, I'm all like ready for action and adventure and shit. Except I'm fat. Anyways, Valley of Fire, here I am. Now you might be saying to yourself right about now, what about the Grand Canyon, motherfucker? Well, the North Rim doesn't open till June because of excessive snow, it said on the website. And the South Rim has been flooding and having problems. So it looks like it's a no-go this year for the Grand Canyon. So I did drive through Valley of Fire once accidentally in a tractor trailer, which didn't lend itself to really experiencing the fucking Valley of Fire. So today I decided to do the full tourist thing. It's $15 for non-residents for day use and $25 if you want to camp here. They got showers and shit and all of that. So here I am. Got here bright and early, so I'm not in the noon sun doing all of this. But as soon as it gets too hot to handle, no intense hiking. You know, I'm going to be within a mile of the vehicle at all times and running my all trails. There's no cell signal here, so yeah, it could go wrong. Especially driving on that fucking road to see shit, which I had to because I've already driven down the main road in the truck and stopped wherever I could stop the truck. But I'm looking at some different points of interest and view things out here, trying to see what I can see. But yeah, this does, I don't know, I feel better here. Speaking of Vegas, I spent 3 days doing food deliveries, and I gotta say, not my best performance as far as pay-wise goes. Now, I did manage to do, I think it was $360 total over the 3 days. And part of that, I believe, is Dave and MSP's contribution. But it averaged out to active time $18 an hour. But I can tell you it's a pain in the ass. Nearly every community is a gated community. You get like codes to get in, gates and shit. And it's weird because it seems like even inside the gate there's some sketchiness that goes on. So I don't know that the gate really is serving much purpose, as everybody's protecting each other from everybody. Nobody wants to be in anyone's fucking yard and shit. It's kind of crazy, and it's a big pain in the ass for food delivery. I did not go anywhere near the strip for food delivery because I can't imagine the logistics of that. You know, maybe some other time I'll experiment and see what can do, but going up 50 floors to give somebody their fucking hamburger isn't exactly something I wanted to do. So I stuck mainly to North Vegas, that area, and Summerlin is where I delivered. But it got the job done, and I will say that using that to finance a trip is still a viable option if you've got the patience and the time. And I'm still going back and forth in my head on whether or not when I get back to hop in the truck periodically and continue trucking in addition to this lifestyle. But I kind of I don't know. Maybe I'll give it one more shot and see if the freight has picked up. But if it hasn't, then it doesn't make sense to let myself be hostage in the box, you know. It's just not something I should be doing and shit. All right, continuing on my adventure. You know, it really makes it complete that I'm the only one here. That'll probably change as the day goes on. Plus, up this road, there's allegedly a campsite, and I need to stop there because I need to take shit. And I don't want to take shit out here. It's just, yeah, I don't want to take a shit out here. Oh, at least there's some civilization here. I was beginning to think it was just me. But nah, there's some people camping here. $25 for this, I would say, is pretty fucking good. And I think it's less for residents. But, yeah. I would stay here, and I'm going to keep it on my map of shit to do when I'm in Vegas next time, because you get a lot of shade from these mountains and canyons and shit, which is pretty cool. Thankfully, the road becomes paved after I get out of this campground. I was starting to get nervous. There were some spots of the road that were more than a little fucked up. And, yeah, last thing I need is a flat tire out here in the middle of nowhere with no signal and no nothing. Now, granted, I'm only 40 minutes from Vegas, so I could get AAA to come get me. But let's not do that, because I can't afford to fucking to fix shit. I'm really taking a chance out here, you know, without an emergency fund. This is not something I recommend, and I may regret it in the future. Who knows? But hopefully everything goes smoothly. I get through here. I'm probably gonna go to Moab, so, you know, and do Canyonlands again, because Canyonlands was just fucking epic. And the last time I was at Canyonlands, there was a haze from the wildfires, and it was also still COVID. So there was people wearing masks and shit everywhere. Holy shit. I feel like you guys are fucking up. There you are. Don't climb the rocks. You can climb the fucking stairs. The hell is all that up there? Is it petroglyphs? Is that asshole's doing shit. Maybe now we get to answer the eternal question: did the ancient peoples of this land draw dicks on things? Those definitely look like petroglyphs. Do not mark on rocks. Well, the Native Americans didn't listen to you. So this is a 1/4 mile trail. Ran my all trails just in case, because you know you see all those missing motherfuckers that are right near where the parking lot is. Wait, did I lock my shit? Yeah. Oh, that was expensive. It's hard to see the trail. I guess trail markers. They're supposed to be cairns or whatever the fuck they call them in deserts to mark trails. I've yet to see one. Not that this trail is overly ridiculous. There's fences and shit that keep you from doing dumb shit. Like they got that entire formation barbed wire fenced off. Nothing says nature walk like barbed wire fence. So let's see what some petrified rocks or petrified logs look like. Wow. Hard to believe that's rock. Do not disturb the petrified wood, because wood is very important. I wish we weren't all assholes that they had to put fences around all this shit. As you can see, I've got my trusty $5 Vegas hat on to shield my dome from the sun. So, although the sun isn't high noon yet, so it's going to only get up to 95, so as long as I keep drinking water, I should be fine. I haven't had to bust out an umbrella or anything. It's not that bad. Dry heat is definitely better than all the other heat. Some more petrified wood. Well, I think I've given you enough wood. I'll give you a few minutes to work that out. There's a little wall built down there. Came here for. It says ancient cabins. These are constructed in 1935. Not very ancient. comfy. Actually does a pretty good job of keeping the heat out. Probably still sucked in the 110 degree days. But maybe they didn't hang out here in the 110 degree days. So many fucking grasshoppers. I couldn't tell if that was elephant rock that I just took a picture of or not, but I'm still doing the whole loop. Because hiking in the middle of the day in the Nevada desert is the right thing to do, right? Yeah. I think this is a lot different than this, what was it, 5 or 6 miles I did in 110 degree heat in Arches National Park. Our elevation might be a little higher too, because I feel like it's only like 80, maybe 85. I don't feel like it's 90. So I am going to be a sweaty mess by the end of this little trail though. Thought about doing the 4 miler, but there's like 4 fucking rock scrambles on it, and my footwear ain't the best that it could be. So definitely enjoying this. Well, I'm not worried yet, but I just noticed my all trails when I hit record didn't start recording because it wants me to put in my account, even though I have an account. Unfortunately, I didn't notice it till I'm out here where there's no cell signal, so I can't fuck with it. Plus, I don't want to stand in the blazing sun. I'd fuck with it in the shade or back at the car. Good news is it did download a map of this trail, and I can kind of eyeball it. So hopefully I don't veer off trail, because then I won't be able to easily find my way back. Because when it records you, it records where you've been, and then you can just backtrack if you fuck up. So let's hope I don't fuck up. I always got to do something dumb while I'm out here in the desert, don't I? Apparently this trail goes near the highway, which is good. If I die,
I'll find my body quickly. You didn't expect me to go on a hike without mentioning my death, did you? Got some fucking elevation. I gotta climb that. Which physically isn't a big deal. But I already know I'm gonna be a sweating pig by the end of it. Shade break. My camera overheated, so I'm letting it cool a little too. My 360 cam. Turns out you just can't run around with a 360 cam filming at 5.7K in the blazing desert sun. The shade is like 70 degrees too. It's fucking cool. I don't have much time left for shade though. The sun's gonna ruin my life in about 20 minutes. But I didn't want to take the time to tell you that this whole trip, I haven't had a depression. That's a stark contrast to when I'm home or when I'm in the truck. You know, yeah, you don't get paid much and the work sucks, doing gig work. But if it lets me do this when I need to or when I want to, it might fucking be worth it. Definitely. I'm not too far from the end of the trail either. I was not ambitious when I chose the mileage. Simply because I'm not, super prepared. I've got about as much water with me as I did the last time I almost died. Hopefully I don't run out. The good news is this isn't as crowded as I thought it would be. Now granted, it's Thursday. But apparently everybody wants to go walk around the strip and look at showgirls and pay $10 to take or $20 to take a selfie with half-naked chick with your own camera. Yeah. I might have fell for that one. Good work. See, what they do is they ask to take a picture with you, and you're like, and they're half naked, and your brain's not thinking at that point because you've had 6 or 7 beers, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll take a picture with you. At first, they tried to take my phone. I was like, no one takes this phone while I'm on the strip. I'll do it. I'll hold it. You just get really close. Turns out, the scam is, if they take the picture with your camera, they don't give you your camera back until you give them $20. In this case, it was me and a buddy, and it was $20 each. So I gave her the one that was cool to me, 20. The other one was whining because I didn't give her 20. I'm like, look, you're lucky you got 20. And I'm not paying you for the picture. I'm paying you because you scammed me successfully. Won't happen again. Unless you happen to be standing in the middle of the fucking Fremont with a sign that says, kick me in the balls. Which is also $20. Something isn't equal there. I don't know. It's too much for me to sort out. Sporting a new hat. Bought it at the visitor center for $20. It's a significant upgrade to my $4 Las Vegas hat. Plus, I look more adventurous. It's got vents and shit, and a little cover from the fat back of my neck. So, hey, there's a shade. It's amazing for 12:30. I just couldn't wait. I was charging batteries and I got tired of sitting in the car, so I'm gonna make a go at this hike. It's Petroglyph Canyon. I downloaded maps. I got my all trail squared away, so no dying on this one. So after about an hour nap, I saw some puffy clouds coming in. I figured this would be a good time to do the 1 mile Rainbow Vista Trail. It's not quite as sweltering hot as it got around noon. It's about 3:30 now. Well, 3:30. So yeah, you don't ever want to really hike midday. Definitely not when it goes above 90 or 100. You know, unless you're doing really short trails. Generally sunset and sunrise are the times you do these hikes. Only us really stupid motherfuckers do this during the middle of the day. But as the sun gets another couple hours down, there'll be a hell of a lot more shade spots. So there's that. So look at that. That's pretty cool there. And it looks like it'll even be shady without the cloud. The cloud isn't going to last very long, by the way. Worth the hike. I'm too fat for this. Oh.
Didn't I?
Managed to get a few minutes to this one by myself. And the sun's getting lower, so the temperature's dropping. Actually, I got it all to myself right now. But yeah, overall, I'd say this was a successful fucking adventure. I had everything. I had naps, had a sandwich at the visitor center. I don't know how old it was, but it was probably good for me. And a whole lot of that. So definitely worth it. I enjoy this shit more than I did Vegas, believe it or not. While I like the adventure and I like the partying and I like all of that, the quiet that's here, especially when you're out in the desert by yourself, and you just hear absolutely nothing but maybe the wind if you're lucky and some flies buzzing your ass. So this is only like 40 minutes north of Vegas, by the way, and I'm not exploring all of it this trip. But next trip, I'll probably go around Lake Mead, which is not too far from here. It's off in that direction-ish. Some storm clouds brewing over there. But I got one more stop after this, and then I'll probably call it a day and start heading to Utah. Gonna do some work tomorrow, well, some editing, and then some showering, and then maybe some gigs, or maybe I'll take 2 days in St. George, which is the next biggest town. After that, there's a whole lot of nothing, except for Green River, Utah, which is a shithole in my opinion. But I'll stop and fuel there, and then head to Moab. Fuck around in Moab a few days, make another video, edit.
and then start working my way back home. And same thing applies. If I need gas money or food or anything like that, I'm going to stop and earn my keep. I'm still on the fence about going back in the truck because I'd much rather be doing this all the time till I die. Which, as many risks as I'm taking, could be tomorrow. How many is that, David MSP? It's an inside joke for those of you who don't know. I might have to turn back because this fucking storm's bearing down on me. See, I'm following a trail that goes allegedly to a cave, but I'm not liking them clouds behind me. I'm hoping they don't come this way. They are starting to affect the sun, which is nice, but All Trails says Fire Cave on the map. And it was a pain in the ass to find the trail, but I found it, and according to the map, that's Fire Cave. So I'll take a good hard look. I worked hard to get here. The storm is still inching this way, so I'm not going to go too much further. Might go like another quarter mile and then turn around and go back. But yeah, them storm clouds are not happy. They're not happy clouds. Is that a cave? It's hard to tell. I guess that's a cave. Now watch out for snakes. Keep forgetting I'm in the desert and rattlesnakes are a thing. That's kind of cool there. I still see no cave. It's not a real one. Real cave would be real nice. But we're turning around soon. I promise. Just want to see what's around this corner here. Feel like All Trails says this is a trail, but I haven't seen official trail markers on this particular. This looks more like a wash, which if it rains could suck and strand me here and shit. But I just want to see around this corner because there might be a fucking cave. Well, that's a no on the cave, but I did look. There's the road. See, can I do a loop to get back up? Because that would be nice. And clouds are getting closer. I'm going to be in the fucking rain. It's alright, I kind of welcome getting rained on right now. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to work my way back before the wash becomes a wash. Hope there's no hail. sandy and tired, and there's sand literally spreading throughout my world. So I'm gonna be a little scratchy for the next few days. Anyways, so Valley of Fire. How did I like it? I loved it as usual. I got the full experience, unlike last time when I took the truck in, and I got out and did some hiking and got to experience a dust storm rolling in. Apparently when you see rain clouds on the horizon, the rain never actually reaches the fucking ground and you just get dust. It's kind of weird. Like, I thought for sure there'd be rain, and I was kind of hoping to stand in it for a little bit. Maybe rinse some of the sand off. But wasn't meant to be. There, the cave was a disappointment. I worked hard to get to that cave, and then turned out to be like a little itty-bitty fucking thing. So, yeah, there's that. So now I'm going to St. George, Utah. Gonna clean up, hit a truck stop, take a shower. That's the first thing I'm gonna do is take a shower tonight before I go to bed, because I don't want to crawl in the back covered with whatever I'm covered with. So a shower is high priority, and food. Like, all I had was the sandwich and two things of Pop-Tarts and some potato chips. So yeah, that's all I ate today. So I might be losing weight while eating like shit. It's pretty cool. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed yet another adventure made possible by some of your donations too, by the way. I was able to leave Vegas a day early and film this video instead of just working another day in Vegas. So, but I will stop and probably try and come up with another $100 in St. George before I move on to Moab. I don't know if I can do any deliveries in Moab, but that might just be a fun trip as well. I do know there's places for me to edit and do stuff in Moab, so I'll do that. That's if I don't edit this video, because it's going to take a while to edit. But I'll edit it probably in St. George if I can find a good place to sit that's not in the car. All right, and if you ever hike in the desert, let me some tips, because I don't always do things the smart way. Get your hiking in early in the morning. Show up at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning, just before right when the sun rises, so you're not breaking the law. And then, because it's open sunrise to sunset, a lot of places are. Bring more water than you think you need, because I can tell you, water that would normally sustain you on, like, say, a hike through the woods or going out in the Adirondacks is maybe a quarter of what you need out here. I went through so much fucking water today, and I've peed once this whole time. So that means I was sweating like a beast. Have something salty as well. Don't overexert yourself. And don't be stupid like me and hike in the blazing sun in the middle of the day. Now, if it's a cloudy day, sure. Maybe not these dust storm, rain, thunder clouds, but, just a little pro tips. Find shade. Don't hike at noon, Basically, take a nap between, I'd say, 11 a.m., maybe even 10 a.m., 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Go eat lunch, go sit in the visitor center, air conditioning, something besides hiking. You can do some of the pull-offs, where you pull off, you walk, 100 yards, and you look at the shit, you take your selfies, and then you get back in your car. You can do that. But midday sun, and it only gets worse in the summer. That's the other thing. You got to time this right. Like, the top peak today was 89 degrees. Well, it looked like it hit 90 at one point on my car thermometer. But I do know for a fact, from experience, that it can be 110 degrees in the summer. So summer is not the time to do this. Maybe even not May. I would go so far as maybe come here in April. However, there's some places that remain closed. Like I said, the reason I didn't go to the Grand Canyon is the North Rim's closed till June because of snow, and the South Rim's got weather and flooding problems. So, yeah. But temperature-wise, if you're going to hike in the desert, you want to do it in the winter. Well, not the winter, but the I'd say fall or early spring, and then keep it at that. All right, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe for more shit, and I'll make more shit. If you want to support my 4 to 5 hours of editing that I'm going to have to do along with taking you on this adventure, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the tip jar. That'll help keep me going, keep me doing less gig work. Link is down below. And have a nice motherfucking day. I feel so sandy and gritty and shit. Like sand is in everything. It's in my balls. I have sand in my balls.